You probably click on this video as an introvert that wants to learn how to approach and talk to people easily. I was in that same situation about 10 to 12 months ago, and this method by far has been the most helpful to me. I haven't really seen anyone else do it, so I want to be able to teach you this unknown method that can help you approach anyone, make friends with literally anyone, and stay long-term friends. This is the method I use to be able to make a fuckload of friends in the gym, literally know every single person in the gym. It's so hard for me to go in the gym because, I know everyone.
Because if you're willing to do the work, that's what makes the USFA great.
So yeah, this method I've used literally yesterday, every day when I want to approach someone new. I use it. So without further ado, let's get to the fucking video, because I want to be able to help you as soon as motherfucking possible make friends and up your social skills. So good job for watching this video. Let's get to it. Method or tip number 1. You can literally say anything to anyone in an approach as long as it's not weird, or as long as it's not like some nitpicky weird shit like, oh, your hairline looks like the McDonald's symbol. That's a bit fucking retarded to say, so don't say that. So this is what I used literally yesterday to approach one of the people that I've been wanting to approach for over a month, and yesterday actually, I approached him using this exact method. So we were standing relatively like 2 meters away from each other on the bus. No, not on the bus, so before going on the bus. And then the bus came, and we were entering in. I'm a pretty patient guy. I've seen he's a pretty patient guy. I sussed him out. He looks like a good person to become friends with, so I was like, fuck it, let's approach him. So he was walking in, and everyone else was rushing in and crowding in, and I told the guy, yo bro, you're so fucking chill. And he was like, oh, shut the fuck up, bro. Everyone tells me that, as in like a joking manner. And I was like, no, bro, I mean like patient, calm. I really admire that. That's almost like kissing ass, but not kissing ass in a way. I'm telling him I admire him, so it's cool, and I'm giving him a little bit of a butterfly effect. Ha! Gay! In his stomach. I don't really know what word to use there. So, I'm making the guy like me by me showing him that I like him. So I show him that I like him, and he's more inclined to like me that way. So that's one thing I use, so take note of that. So anyway, I told the guy, you look super fucking chill, and then we started talking about random nonsense, and then we just kept going with the flow. I said goodbye to him at his stop. I asked for his name and whatnot. I introduced myself, and that's pretty much how it went. If you have any questions about that conversation, definitely comment it down below. Or if you have any questions relating to this topic that I can help you out with, girl, boy, whoever you want to approach, comment down below in the comments and I'll get back to you. Tip number 2. You gotta think of them as equals to you. Now, you don't want to think that you are above them. You don't want to be arrogant. You don't want to look down on them and just talk about yourself in the conversation, especially when you're approaching someone. You don't want to approach someone and start talking about yourself. That's a bit fucking weird, and it's a bit gay. So, don't be arrogant, as I said. Be interesting, and most importantly, be relatable, so the guy is inclined to like you. He'll be like, oh, he has the same interests as me, he's a very relatable guy. So don't be arrogant, don't start coming there telling him about your tips and whatnot. Oh, I do this, I do that. Ask, what do you do? He asked me, do you like, I don't know, he asked me some shit. I talked about how I do YouTube and filming. I asked him, do you like working for yourself? Do you like, what do you do? And he was like, yeah, I'm currently doing demo forex trading. Well, he first off said forex trading, and then he said, I'll put in money when I'm profitable. And I was like, yeah, so are you doing demo right now? And then we kept going on with the flow of the conversation. And then it fucking started talking about weed. Do you smoke? He said, he doesn't anymore, doesn't do it as much. And I was like, yeah, I don't smoke either. I'm already kind of high. And he said, same. If I smoke, people are just going to say I'm more chill and more high. So yeah, just go on with the flow of the conversation, and don't be arrogant. Be interesting and be relatable, and be interested in the other person. That's very important. Relating back to the last tip, this is tip number 3. Go with the flow of the conversation and let it sail you to whichever sea it does. So just like how I approached that guy, first off, what he said was he is one of the brothers of a girl in my grade, and he was like, as in, watch out, don't date her or anything like that. Like, I'm her brother, just as a joke and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, funny. one of my mates is actually talking to her, and he was like, do I have to step in? Like, are you close with him and whatnot? No, I was like, yeah, he's a nice guy. You can maybe check him out. You know, he's a cool guy. And then we started talking, and then at the end of the bus ride, he told me, oh man, I really enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed talking with you. And I said, same, bro. And we said goodbye and went. Like, we talked about gym. I showed him a few of my gym pics. I asked him how he's doing, you know, what muscle groups he likes to train. I tried to keep it 50-50, or I tried to ask more questions about him than he asked about me. That's very important. You want to ask more than they ask you, and you just want to talk less and let them talk. For males it's a bit different. You want to get to know each other more. For females, you want to let them talk more, because females are a bit of a bitch. So they like talking about themselves. So tip number 3 was, go with the flow of the conversation. Let it sail you to whichever sea it does. You can always come up with ideas. Just approach them and say some random nonsense. I literally told the guy, you look very chill. I've seen a Hamza video where he said he approached a girl in a nightclub and he said, I just shit myself. Where's the nearest toilet? So you can literally say anything to anyone, and he said he ended up sleeping with that girl that night. So whatever works for you, but anything will generally work as long as it's nice, polite, and not a dickhead thing to say. Like, don't say to them, oh, you're a fucking ugly cunt, bro. Tip number 4. This sounds very cliche, but I have to say it anyway because
we're a bit autistic watching this video, so
ask and introduce yourself. So ask for their name and introduce yourself. It's very important you get to know each other's names. And bonus tip, next time you meet them, call them by their name. Maybe once. You don't have to do it more than once, or else it's going to be a bit weird. Like, hey Jared. Hey Jared, how are you? So Jared, what's going on, Jared? Jared, do you have dick, Jared? Jared, does your dick stink, Jared? You don't need to repeat their name more than once. Just tell them their name again, just so they're like, oh, this guy actually listened to what my name was. What a considerate guy. He's cool, I should be bigger or closer friends with him because he actually remembered my name. There's been so many times that I've forgotten people's name and I literally do not know their name ever. Like, I don't know majority of my gym bros' names. So there's not much explaining to do about asking for names. You can do it at the start of the conversation, at the end of the conversation. Just make sure to do it somewhere in the conversation. So ask for their name was tip number 4. Make sure you see the person regularly. Maybe 1 to 3 to 4 times a week minimum. Minimum once, some likable twice. Just somewhere where you see them quite often, so it's not like you just see them once and you're never going to see them again. But that is good for trial and error. Don't get me wrong, it's not a black and white picture. So make sure you see them once or twice per week. Maybe at school. For me, it was on the bus. It can be in the shopping center. It can be in the gym. Not much to explaining this motherfucking tip. And tip number 6, be very likable and be super kind. Be very kind and friendly with people. You don't want to approach people and give off bad aura. You don't want to give off a bad energy to people. So approach them, be super nice, be super calm. Just ask questions about them, be nice to them, and talk about yourself a bit as well. Make sure you both relate, and yeah, just be super nice and friendly. You can rewatch the video for the tips. If you want, you can book cancellation with me for free, by the way, if you subscribe. Subscribe to the video, by the way. It will help motivate me quite a lot to push myself to make more of these videos for you guys, providing free value to you. Anyway, as I said, you can book a free consultation with me, 20 minutes. I'm not going to sell you anything. I just want to get to know my viewers better so I can create better content for you guys. Anyway, subscribe to the video. I hope you enjoyed. Go click on one of these videos and subscribe to the channel, and see you the fuck later.